Hello everyone, I am Apple David in the UK. So I'm not going to try to be too loud. It's actually 11 p.m. at night in the hotel room. But if I don't do it tonight, probably won't have time to do it any other time. And I don't think, and maybe they'll let me go take this through customs, but I'm not going to try to find out. We have an Apple David from the UK. Now, I don't really think this is going to be too revolutionary or different, but I also saw it at the store and I was like, if I don't do this review, people won't let me live it down. But basically, I have the British Braeburn apple, and if you've watched my videos, you know that I have done a Braeburn on the channel. However, this is a British one. I don't think this means anything other than the fact they labeled it British. So, we're just gonna see how this tastes because I had to do some review. They had like Royal Gala apples and other like a British Jazz apple, but I was like, I kind of forgot the Braeburn a bit, and I think it's all fluff anyways for all the apples. So let's dig into this British Braeburn apple and see what it's like. Cost about like 40 pence, which was like 65 cents USD. I don't remember, but here we go for our British apple review live from London. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it might be a bit grainy because I'm on my iPad recording this, but trust me, it's not the camera that makes this look disgusting on the inside. There's no crunch. It's kind of fuzzy. It kind of reminds me of eating into like a Chinese date that just has no crunch. That was a horrific bite. Maybe this side will be better. Oh no. This is trash. Oh my gosh. The queen would never. Oh my god. I can't even do it. These bites are like, this is a firm apple, but it's like feels mushy. It feels horrible. I don't even think this is a fair review, but I'm giving this like a 2. Because this is just not even an apple. This is just, I don't even think I can blame the apple. I think the one I chose may have just been really bad and have been sitting there for a while, but this is not. It's kind of looks like mashed potatoes on the inside. You don't want your apple to do that. The flavor doesn't matter. It's whatever. The texture is horrible. I think I just chose a bad apple, to be fair. There were other ones at the store, but they were either beat up or it seemed like they might have some like inconsistency. Either the colors didn't seem right, it looked a little unripe. So I was like, you know what? I'll get this one. I guess I chose a bad one. So I'm giving this British Braeburn apple a 2, but I think it's more on my apple picking of the day rather than the apple itself sucking. I did get it at a store which I think seemed to be the equivalent of an Aldi's in America, but it wasn't called that. I digress. This is going in the trash. Good news. My chair is squeaky. Other good news. I do have 2 British drinks to try to make up for this horrible apple review. I've already tried them and opened them, but I figured it'd be worth putting a shout on the video. So first and foremost, if you've ever drinking American Fanta, you know exactly what it looks like and what it tastes like, and I'm referring to the orange one. Well, this is what the British one looks like. And no, it's not the color, the lighting, or whatever. This is the actual color. It does not look chemical orange. It looks like actual orange juice. And that's because it basically tastes like that. Also, the caps purposely do not come off, so you can recycle it that way. But let's go for a taste. I kid you not, this is like orange juice, but they carbonated it, which you'd think orange Fanta in America would taste like that, but we all know it doesn't. It's pretty good though. If you think the idea of orange juice being carbonated isn't bad, which may not at first sound appealing, but it's actually pretty good. And probably healthier, but I think that's a given. And then this is one that my friend really told me I had to try when I came here. It's called Iron Brew. I guess this is kind of closer to the American orange Fanta color, but even then, not really. This is kind of like apple cider color almost. But leave in the comments before I tell you what you think this might taste like, because my friend didn't know how to explain it, and I forgot what it tasted like to tell them. I tried it in the morning and then I forgot what it tasted like. But now that I've come home again and tried it again, let me tell you, it's crazy. So basically, this tastes like, I don't know if you'd be able to guess it, but if you've ever had Dum Dums, the lollipops, they have a cream soda flavor lollipop that is basically like white. And this is exactly what that tastes like. It tastes like cream soda lollipop. Now, I don't know, I couldn't tell you necessarily if it matches what cream soda itself would taste like. I don't think I've drinking many of those in my life. But that's basically what this is. And it's not bad. If you like cream soda flavor, I think you would like that drink. And I do think it is honestly a really solid drink. And I mean, pretty interesting packaging, right? But yeah, that will almost wrap up this video. I will say, you know, I had to do it to them. If you know anything about me, I went to Duck World. They had it in London. Copped myself a little hat. Got myself little ducks too for the occasion. Let me pull that out. They were like celebrating their 2nd anniversary. So I was like, you know, I have to get stuff. And I also made it part of like my itinerary when I knew I was going to London. I'm like, we're going to Duck World. I saw it on there. I got these socks. Very cute. And then this is the duck I got. There was, as you might imagine, plenty of selection of rubber ducks. I got this one. My friend said it kind of screams me energy, and I agree. This is me. So this is the Duck World little bag. And I also got a little free mini one because I spent like 20 bucks. So look at this. He's in a little rain, like a rain coat, and it's so cute. He's got a little bow tie. So yeah, Duck World, A+. British Orange Fanta, pretty good. I'll give that like an 8. Iron Brew, also pretty good. I give that like an 8. But the real loser of the day, so Duck World gets a 10, I should say. This gets a 2. Again, I think it was my fault. I think I chose a bad apple. But the consistency just killed this one. But I'm not going to go out of my way and buy a billion apples. So this British Braeburn gets a 2. But yeah, that's going to be the end of my video. I don't have the overlay because I'm not home. This is going to be pretty scuffed, so I hope the audio is decent. And I hope the video is not too terrible. I'm just going to upload it raw. So, you know, that'll be it from me, live from London. And Apple David continues international. Wow.